Oh, yes. It is here. Preseason week 1 in the books. All the people that we've been scouting all summer long. Finally, we get a little bit of taste, see what's happening. We're talking about it right here tonight. My man Slayton in the house talking all these players. Slayton, what is up, bro?
Oh man, just excited to get some football, man. Just feels nice to be back in the saddle, to be watching some football, to be drafting some more leagues, some of your redrafts, man. It's an exciting time of year, and I can't explain how much I am excited about being in the field here.
Oh, it is draft season, bro. It is draft season. We got a couple drafts kicking off for myself in the next week or two. I don't like to draft like too early. I like to draft back when it was 4 preseason weeks. I like to do it like the Sunday of preseason week 3.
Yep,
I originally I liked it week 4 because then by that time, okay, you've seen everybody.
trees,
And
no crazy.
Right, right. All the starters are pretty much done already at that point. You're not going to see them week 4. It's all these last chance guys. So, but now that we got three preseason weeks, I could go either way. Week 2, week 3, because the teams have adjusted. They're not going to invest too much time in their stars to say, okay, we're going to throw them out there. Week 3, preseason week 3, right? That's stupid. You already know, like, you're not going to put Jaden Daniels out there preseason week 3, right? You're just not going to do that. That's stupid. He's the future of your franchise. So we got a lot of drafts coming up. So these players we're going to talk about tonight are a big, big focal point in those drafts. Some big names and some not so known names, which are going to be great steals in those higher rounds, the 10 to 15 range that could really step up for you. Some of these guys, man, like some of these guys are kind of forgotten because they've had some down years and stuff. But I think from what we saw from preseason week 1, a lot of people are now going to be on that radar. Um, from what you saw, Slade, man, what are you see? What's the first player that you're seeing that you saw that's going to help a lot of people in drafts from preseason week 1?
Well, man, I think Sean Payton was out here throwing a smoke screen, man. Uh, we got to see RJ Harvey come out there and run all the ones with the ones, which I absolutely love to see. He looked good. He showed that he could be explosive. He could get out on the side. So I'm excited to see that Sean Payton was just playing a nice little cutesy game with everybody. And I would think there would be a little bit more depth if J.K. Dobbins wouldn't have played at all, but he did play, and it was after R.J. Harvey. So wheels back up, baby. Let's go.
Uh, yeah, Dobbins was a lot of people thought Dobbins, okay, the veteran coming in, still has a lot of gas in the tank, but he had all of them injuries, right? To start his career. But man, Dobbins didn't really get much run, just third downs pretty much.
Yep.
So, dude, wheels up for RJ Harvey. Yeah,
Yeah. And
I think from what we saw, we kind of have to agree with that.
I'm
Right.
excited. And I just loved watching him at UFC or UCF, and it was so much fun just to watch him break off these crazy runs. And I really hope that it translates to the NFL here, man.
Yeah, I think Sean Payton's going to use him well. I mean, look what he did with a guy like Alvin Kamara. So I definitely think RJ Harvey is going to do well. It may take a couple of weeks before for the season to start for that to actually like develop before we really see like how is he really going to be used in this offense. But man, I'm behind it. RJ Harvey. I wouldn't take him like in the first like few rounds of your fantasy drafts, your league drafts by any means, but I definitely think he's somebody, a later running back that can produce for you. One of these steals that you can get as a value that some people maybe aren't looking at. They're going to go after the big name like a Kamara, like we talked about. That's somebody that's established. They know this stuff, but not understanding. Sean Payton knows how to use RJ Harvey.
Most
So yeah, I mean that's a good one. Somebody else, we talked about in the intro about forgotten players due to age and time off and things like that. One of them, I'm going to go Calvin Ridley, man. He was heavily targeted by his rookie quarterback, and that's appealing to me.
yeah.
Like ever since Ridley left Atlanta, I was never big on him, but dude, he was the favorite target for Cam Ward, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, if we run back a couple shows, you'll hear me talking about Calvin Ridley when we did our little draft. I was so excited about it. I'm telling you, he's going to be something to watch out for. And just to piggyback off of that, man, Cam Ward, he's just saying everything right in the media. What's not like about this kid, man?
He
Like
is
he's
very likable. Yeah.
hard nosed, hard worker, lunch pail type of guy, and I'm just so excited to see what happens with him because I think if he has this attitude as a rookie, it's really going to carry him far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He is definitely doing all the right things. In a very quarterback light draft, he is definitely looking years ahead of his counterparts here, as far as the rookie quarterback class goes. Who's somebody else that you thought either helped themselves or hurt themselves with this that people are gonna have to be looking out for come drafts?
So my next big note that I had here was that Travis Hunter played all the snaps with the offense on the ones. There was
Yeah.
speculation, oh, is he going to split snaps? Is he going to be, part-time with the offense? Is he going to be full-time with the offense? I think they have stated their claim. They have said, hey, he's going to be a wide receiver. He's going to be second on the depth chart on cornerbacks, but he's still going to play in packages, kind of like what we all predicted to begin with.
Yeah.
Yet nobody wants to listen. And I don't know what more needs to be said for people to understand that Travis Hunter is going to be a wide receiver and a good one at that. So Travis Hunter, wheels up for him. I'm excited to see him mesh with that Liam Cohen offense, and I think it's going to be a really great season there in Jacksonville.
Yeah, a lot of people were speculating, especially our buddies over at Third and Teal. That's our Jaguars podcast here on the Curtis Podcast Network. They were talking about how he's going to be playing both sides of the ball, but it's looking like, man, predominantly offense. And of course, you're going to have your schemes and stuff where you're going to have him play defense. You didn't draft this kid this high just to play wide receiver. Not when this kind of a talent's coming out. I don't think he's going to play much defense in his career. I think it's going to be predominantly on the offensive side of the ball. And I don't think it's going to be like even close to even split. I think it's going to be more starting off. I think it's going to be more of like a 70-30 offense to defense. And then I think as the years go on, it's going to get less and less.
I completely agree with that because your money comes from the wide receiver position. That's where you're going to make your money. You're not going to make your money as a corner.
No, not at all.
You're going to convert yourself to a wide receiver. You're going to collect the check, and if you don't, you're wrong.
Yeah, especially when he faces guys like a Tedero and McMillan, who is somebody else that showed out preseason week 1.
He looked good. He looked really good. And honestly, I've been fading him quite a bit just because I hate that Carolina offense. I don't see a clear path for them being a positive win team. It really irks me, but I hope I'm wrong. And I hope he's the truck to that trailer that they need, to pull them ahead of being an 8-8 team for the rest of their life. But no, Tet looked really good, played very well with the ones, and they showed that they want to get him involved. And I'm excited to see what happens with him. I think he got targeted 5 times.
And dude, Bryce didn't look bad either.
No, and I hope this is a big resurgence, but I've always been one that's been out on Alabama quarterbacks.
They haven't really done anything to make you excited. I don't think you can count Jalen Hurts as Alabama quarterback because they kind of gave up on him. He takes pride in the OU now. So Tet looked awesome. And I wasn't huge on Bryce Young coming out. Like I said from day one, hey, CJ Stroud is the guy, the quarterback here. Which I still stand on that. I'm not changing that at all. CJ Stroud, I believe, is an amazing quarterback, super accurate. But I'd like to see Bryce Young put it together, put the pieces together, just because like he was so touted and he's good. I'd like to see that, But dude, we have to talk about one of the biggest spots that ESPN was using. TreVeyon Henderson, dude.
Yeah.
What? What?
Dude, just a wake-up call, a shot of adrenaline right through the veins of the Dynasty website, man. It's just crazy to see the explosion. We got to see everything on tape, to see why they drafted him for where he was. I'm excited, man. It's going to be a lot of fun for him to build his way into this offense. And I think that he is most definitely going to be the running back one by the end of the season. So, what a crazy play to start off the season for him.
Yeah, I mean, so look, I get it. Kick returns don't score fantasy points. I get that. But there's so much more to read into this than just a kick return. So this is somebody that I spoke about since day one. I followed this kid since he was a freshman. Dude, Hendo is the truth, man. And looking what he did, he showed speed. He showed his footwork, his cuts. He showed patience. He showed vision. Everything you wanted to see out of this kid, you saw in this kid. So, dude, this just more and more solidified. I get it's preseason week 1, but I don't care. I'm overreacting to this. Travion Henderson is the best rookie running back this year, and I have not been shy about that. But another rookie running back who fell into a good position that kind of up and down, man, like Caleb Johnson. I think he had so many comps to Le'Veon Bell, which I didn't like it, but I wonder if Caleb Johnson was just trying to be too patient and that made him slower, because the Steelers did say like he's got to play faster. So
I'm not interested, man. I've been on this drum since the day one. Like just 1 year of production just did not look. He worked there with Iowa, and like I don't trust it, man. I really don't. And I've had a hard time from the beginning to trust this guy, and it seems like he's getting blown up thinking that Jalen Warren's just gone, dude. And
so there might be another factor we have to look at for Caleb Johnson. Now, look, again, it's preseason week 1. We're just talking about what we saw preseason week 1, so everybody don't get mad at us. But
yeah.
What are the 2 things that Iowa is known for?
Tight ends.
Tight ends and offensive line.
Yeah.
So both of those positions play on the offensive line. So wouldn't they help Caleb Johnson look even better?
Yeah.
So do you think we have to start factoring that in for Caleb Johnson? Or do you think, hey, it's just his first NFL game, we'll give him some grace? Like, what do you think?
No. I think everybody's blinded by that there's not a whole lot of competition in that backfield, which I understand.
Or Jalen Warren's it, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, and I understand that side. It speaks volumes, but I don't think Warren's just one to get passed on. He's shown nothing to get passed on from.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything wrong.
They pick a guy and he gets shouted up to high heavens. Like, he's not that guy, pal. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but like he's just not that guy for me. And I'm a running back guy through and through, and like there's just nothing that has really impressed me by him. And that's saying something because he had an impressive line to run behind. So, man, like I've been out. I hope that he proves me wrong, but yeah, I've been out on that entire situation.
Well, I mean, who were you in on from what else you saw?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I'm in on Golden. Matthew Golden, man. Came out, looked really well. All the ones. And honestly, I think he might end up being that wide receiver 1 there, because now we're seeing Jaden Reed. He's not going to be ready for the first of the season. That I was really high on. And now I feel like it's coming to a crashing halt, and Golden's getting hyped up, and I'm excited. He looked good whenever he was running routes. He looked like he was open most of the time. And they showed that they wanted to get him into the screen game. They wanted to get him into all sorts of different positions on the field. So I'm excited to see what they do with him, and it looks like all they're going to have is him and Romeo Doubs. So we'll see what happens. I think that he's going to be one to watch for sure.
So Jaden Reed, like everybody's a big on Jaden Reed. Like I like Jaden Reed. Don't get me wrong. I think he's really good. But he's more of a gadget player though. Like he's not like a true like wide receiver. They can use him different places, slot out. I mean, he's kind of like a Debo light. Like they just use him all over the place. So I don't think that
Because
him and Golden are the same in that regard. So I feel like you can have Jaden Reed, but understand he's going to be a gadget guy.
yeah,
Right? Am I wrong on that?
I mean, I feel like he plays a lot out of the slot and he's able to operate wherever, but he's a very much so like a I hate to say a poor man's Zay Flowers, if you will, but that's what it feels like. You know,
Who's actually going to get the ball
I
because
mean,
he plays in a passing team, not a
yeah,
running team.
but I mean, I think they're going to have to run it, or they're going to have to throw it a lot more in that offense, and they showed.
Yeah.
And but the thing is that they've had a cycle of hurt, injured wide receivers, and like nobody can say healthy for a season. And Jaden Reed was the only one that could do that for the last couple of seasons, and that's why he's built that chemistry.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like,
he does have that on his side, that's for sure.
yes, he is a gadget player, but yes, he plays a lot out of the slot. He played, especially when Romeo Dobbs is out here guardian capped up, looking like a damn goofball.
Oh, God.
Like, that dude hasn't taken one off since middle of the season last year. I'm like, brother, come on now,
Yeah.
press. Like, it's craziness. I don't know, but he can't stay healthy, and like I think that was the reason why he was such a staple in that offense is because he was able to be that guy in and out every week. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe this does spell good for Matthew Golden. So I was very impressed with Justin Fields.
Just
He looked he looked good, bro. I can't lie, he looked good.
so I'm excited for him too. Like I hope that they figure it out there in New York, but I don't know, man. Like I've always been scared of that offense. If I'm being honest with you, it's just never been
Yeah.
super invested in. And Vegas is not super invested in him either this year. So I hope that Justin Field comes out and proves everybody wrong. But like I just I don't know, it makes me nervous, man. But no, it definitely is a nice sign to see that they are progressing and that he's moving forward. And he's, granted, they're playing some practice squad players out there for the most part, but hey,
Yeah.
it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, because there's a you talk about the Jets just not trusting them. Like there's two teams that I historically just don't trust their offenses, and that's the Jets and the Browns. The only reason I trusted Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall is because it's Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall.
Yeah.
That's literally the only reason. If these were different people, I wouldn't blink twice. Um, but no, there's that is something that a lot of people do need to understand. Like if you want pieces in good offenses, then you don't want pieces in bad offenses. So
Yeah.
think about this stuff. So
Yeah.
do your homework, or you could just like and subscribe here, and we'll do the homework for you, and you just 30 minutes to an hour out of your day, and boom, you've got all the knowledge without doing any of the research. We got you covered. Just sit back, have a drink, let Kingmaker Sports help you out. But yeah, the Jets and the Browns, those aren't offenses that I'm looking at.
No, no,
Especially with Dylan Sampson not doing the most with his opportunities.
no, nope. And like throw him forward, man. I've been
You preached him up.
I've been pitching him up, man, and like I don't know, man. I've not been invested in that offense either. I've never been a fan of Jerry Jeudy. I was whenever he was in college, but he's shown absolutely nothing whenever he's come to the NFL. They can hype up his season last year, like you do, like congratulations, you finished what, wide receiver 30, wide receiver 20. Like I don't even care.
Yeah.
For wide receiver 2 in my lineup, like, and
Yeah.
where like it comes down to, like it's just not a offense that I'm super in love with, and I think Nick Chubb would probably be the last one that I've ever drafted on that team. Other than like maybe Njoku on a late round flyer.
Yeah, like Nick Chubb prime. Yeah, because you're not taking anybody on these offenses like as your dominant pieces anymore.
At this, I'll be honest with you, my team might just be a punt at week 10, and I just take all week 10 players that have by 10. And I just punt week 10, and, somewhat I lose week 10, and I just have all the Bengals, I have all the Cowboys, I have all the big name teams that I want near at the end of the season. Like, I'm at that point where it seems like all the high-powered offense are either by week 8 or by week 10 this year.
Yeah, so, I mean, like another team would, like the Dolphins. Like, they have all the speed, right? So you expect the Dolphins to just come out and just be high-flying, high-powered, which they have all the tools in the toolbox to be such a high-powered offense. I mean, even their backups are awesome. Like, Jalen Wright has speed. Ollie Gordon was a Doak Walker Award winner in college. Like, they have the tools here. 2 of the fastest wide receivers in the NFL. It's just ridiculous. But Achane came out and did not disappoint. He looked really good. They weren't gonna. They did it right. Mike McDaniel did it right. He didn't give them a bunch of run because you don't want to put these guys out, especially like Tua. Dude, keep Tua off the field as much as you can, because that boy's brain, you have to protect that boy's brain. There's only one person in the NFL that should be wearing a double guardian cap, and that's Tua. But so Achane looked good. We didn't expect anything different. Achane's the golden boy. But man, somebody that people like really were high on coming out of college, got drafted to that offense is Jalen Wright. Mm-hmm. And he did absolutely zero. I mean, a literal zero with his opportunity on the goal line, dude. This dude got stuffed not once, not twice. This dude got stuffed 3 times at the goal line, could not convert. Gosh. So, dude, are we panicking on Jalen Wright, or are we just saying, hey, like they stacked a box on him and they knew what was coming?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. My whole thing is I thought Jalen Wright was a pass catcher to begin with. Like, that wasn't his speed, was run up the middle. You know what I'm saying? That's more of an Ollie Gordon type of deal. So that's where I don't know. I was really high on him coming out of college. I was excited for him, but it just seems like he's just not impressing nobody. And like, you've got other people that are squandering his job there. Like I don't see this ending well for him, but I mean, time will tell.
Yeah. I mean, the Dolphins are going to be one to watch because Ollie Gordon looked pretty good. Yeah. Which, that's another one I loved in college. I loved watching Ollie Gordon. I thought he was really good. He just suffered from a kind of a crap team his last year at Ohio State or at Oklahoma State. I mean, but what sucks is he's not going to be the one. He's not fantasy relevant at this point in time. He's definitely just a deep late round stash in rookie drafts. I wouldn't touch him in redraft. We're not telling you go get him. I wouldn't even take him in with like a 15th round pick because he's still not even the RB2 on that offense. But the Dolphins are somebody we're hoping that can work out. We're hoping the Dolphins can get it together. But that all depends on Tua staying healthy, right? Yeah. And Tyreek Hill just shutting his mouth and playing football. But so the Jaguars, bro.
Yep.
Everybody wants this whole ETN versus Bigsby versus Tootin. They want that controversy. They want the clicks. They want all this stuff. Like, who's better? Who's this? Oh, Bigsby RB1. But dude, no. If you watched this game and you saw who they wanted on the field, it was Travis Etienne, and it wasn't anybody else.
He started with the ones. Yep, exactly. And that's what I've been kind of after for a while now, is that he was going to start with the ones. Granted, I think Bigsby will carve out a role for sure. Like, without a doubt, he's going to carve out a pretty decent role into this offense. But at the same time, I was listening earlier to a couple different podcasters, and they seem that Tank did the most with his opportunity this weekend, with how he played, and they think that he's probably going to end up taking over this offense, and ETN will get phased out because he's pretty close to a contract year.
Bro, do you really think that?
I don't know, man. Like, I
I think this is Travis Etienne. As long as Trevor Lawrence is there, Travis Etienne has a job.
I really don't see it happening because Trevor Lawrence is the one that's keeping him there, in my mind, because
Why does everybody think Travis Etienne is so bad?
I don't. I mean,
He
like,
has a down year, and everybody just wants to give up on him and say, "Oh, he should be traded." Like, did Tank really do that much? And I'm asking you, did Tank Bigsby really do that much to make us doubt Travis Etienne?
no, no.
So why is there so much controversy? I don't understand why people are so big on Tank Bigsby and so down on Travis Etienne. Like, I just don't. Maybe y'all can tell. Maybe y'all can tell us in the comments. Like, what do y'all think is the big deal with Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne? Like, uh, not just myself, but lots of other like analysts that do this for a living. Like, they don't think Tank Bigsby is better than Travis Etienne.
No.
So I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Please tell us in the comments what you think.
Thing, man. Let me take ETN 2 rounds later.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do your thing, guys. You want to take fucking Bayshall Tootin? You want to take, take.
Please let ETN fall to me. Please.
Let it happen to me because I'll do it. I'm price of it.
Give me that easy money. You gonna let me get my RB2 and Travis Etienne bro, if he falls to the 5th or 6th round, I'm eating that up.
Most definitely. Another guy that I was rather impressed with, and I think he kind of solidified himself in that role, and we kind of got a riser and a faller out of this one. So we all seen the big extension for Kyron Williams. That was pretty apparent that he is the guy there. No, they showed that Blake Corum is number 2. There was a lot of speculation that Jaquez Hunter was going to be the guy behind Kyron Williams, and he did not look good at all.
Which is somebody that Mick is real big on. Sean McVay during the draft was very excited to get Jaquez Hunter, but you're right. Where was he?
Yeah, he was nowhere to be found, and Corum stole the show. Without a doubt, and I'm rather excited. I think we got some positive news on Matt Stafford, so
yeah.
I'm excited, man. This seems really, really nice, and just the swagger that's coming out from all the guys to see Devontae Adams in the blue, man. Hyped up, just waiting.
Oh, I bet you're happy, Mr. Rams fan over here.
Parsons over here, and we'll be living large on the hog.
Come on, Micah Parsons. Bro, you're not getting Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is not coming to L.A.
We need him.
Heck no. Yeah, you do need him. You ain't lying, bro. You do need him. No, I mean, that would be interesting. We're still curious. We're still following that whole story. Jerry Jones is just making himself just look more and more like a jackass. And
hey, I did. And Cam Newton was trying to get Dez to come on his show and talk all about his times with Jerry. I was like, please, Lord, please let this happen.
Bro, Dez gonna let it rip.
Dude, I was like, let's do this. Let's make this happen. He's like, spill your tea. And I was like, oh, boy.
Wow, that'll be interesting.
I was like, let's get it. That would be a fantastic show there.
Oh,
or just for 30 on Jerry Jones of like all of his practices. That would be phenomenal.
There is actually something on Netflix about Jerry Jones, which I have yet to watch. We'll talk about that on a future episode. But so Ashton Jeanty, another one of these beloved rookies. I know everybody was like, "Oh, Ashton Jeanty," which I agree. He should have gotten the Heisman. I think he got snubbed for the Heisman. But he's not looking really good behind that horrible Raiders offensive line. And my boy Nick out there, I know you're a huge Raiders fan, brother. It's your offensive line is trash. It's horrible. And Ashton Jeanty is going to have to make plays on his own at this point. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
It's looking sketchy. I mean, I'm hoping first game jitters and they're going to get it together. That line's going to bond a little bit better by season. But man, that was not a good.
If it gets to week 3 and this line is or preseason week 3 and this line is still looking this bad, not giving Jeanty any holes or even letting him get out of the backfield, like what are we thinking here with Ashton Jeanty? I mean, is he still like a round 1, round 2 running back in fantasy?
I think they'll try to piece together the line. They don't invest that much with them to not kind of put that around, but like it's going to be a slow process if they can't figure this out like immediately. Um,
Yeah.
does he develop through that? I don't know, man. It's going to be a hard go, man. Especially with a line that's just not worth a damn. So, it's going to be interesting.
Boy, the Raiders. That's for all you Ashton Genty truthers out there, and the ones that took him 101 in every dynasty rookie draft. I mean, because you took him 101, you should have taken him 101 in Superflex. You should have, just because he's that good. He's worth it. But for all you Genty truthers out there, all you Genty owners, just be patient. Uh, don't be so quick to put him in your starting roster week one. Don't burn that taxi eligibility if that's how it works for you. Um, keep him on taxi if you can. See how it plays out, and if it seems like hey he's barely cracking 70 yards a game, maybe a touchdown, I'd hold off because I think he can do more. I
Yeah.
think prime Ashton Genty, we're looking at 115, 125 yards a game with at least a touchdown and a handful of catches. So, but that's going to depend on the Raiders and what they're going to do. They're going to have a running offense. So that's good. But you can't have a running offense with a horrible offensive line. That doesn't work that way. And never in the history of football has it worked out well. It's not like he's Barry Sanders back there, like making his own stuff. But I hope Jitty does do well, man. Like somebody else who's getting a lot of opportunity is Tony Pollard, man.
Yeah.
So he got a lot of play with Spears having a hurt ankle. Is this mean value draft position for Tony Pollard going up?
I mean, I think we saw last season what happens when Tony Pollard's alone. He busted ass. Like
Meet
there's
Tony Pollard.
yeah. I mean, he's been out there and he was phenomenal last season with what he was given. And if Tajay Spears can't stay healthy, I mean, it's mark it up for a repeat. Especially with a more talented quarterback back there now. Somebody
Yeah.
shoot the ball, they can run the ball, he can throw a ball, you can get it downfield. I mean, he's going to have a lot more opportunity this year than he did last year, I would assume.
Well, they're
Especially,
going to respect Cam Ward more than they would Will Levis. So,
yeah.
so they're actually going to have to play a little coverage instead of just stacking the box on him.
Speaking of which, like, crazy thing about this whole deal is I was watching a podcast a couple days ago, and there was a stat that came up that really blew my mind. And it was 50% of rushing touchdowns are scored within the 2-yard line. 50% of rushing touchdowns are scored within the 2-yard line, and 60% is scored within the 5.
Dang. So you want those red zone touches.
So you want an offense that can get to the red zone.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with a poor offensive line or a team that can't get the ball down the field. So that's why you want to target these running backs that can get the ball down the field, that operate smoothly, like your Chase Browns, like your Tony Pollards, to where they can get down the field and they can get to that goal line to where that's why we love Derrick Henry. Saquon Barkley, they get down there and you can get somebody that can get to the end zone.
Yeah.
That's something that like really echoed with me over the last couple of weeks is like, man, like, wow, 50% of rushing touchdowns come from.
That's big.
That's craziness to me.
That's a big stat. That's a big stat. It's a good stat too. That's a lot for the viewers to be able to know that going into drafts. Like, hey, look at those next gen stats. Who's getting those touches? What offensive line is getting you down the field, right?
Yeah. What team's going to score the most points?
Yeah.
Like who's going to score the most points? Because you can always tell which team's going to look good, which going to score a ton of points.
Yeah.
Every year, So to get pieces in those offenses is always your best strategy, and I think Tony Pollard's no exception to that, especially with somebody that's going to be better powered behind the helm and that can move the ball. So, I don't know.
I mean Pollard's definitely going to be a value. I think if you can get him late, especially as we monitor Spears' ankle. to see how that's going to progress or if that's going to keep him out a little bit longer. Because I want to say it was like a high ankle sprain or something like that, which those last longer.
Yeah.
So just because it's more of like a tendon, I think I'm not a doctor enough, but I think when I had mine back in the day, they said it was like a tendon thing, so that's why it took so much longer. So yeah, Pollard stock is looking good.
There's one I want to give some flowers to.
What's that?
A guy that I kind of wrote off to dead, and he came out for the preseason and he looked good. Keaton Mitchell.
Yes, yeah.
Looked explosive, and he was kind of wrote for dead, and I think he showed that he's going to be that number 2 back in that offense, and that is something to watch out for. Let's be honest. If Henry goes down, they're going to need somebody back there that's going to be able to, tote the freight. And I don't think that Justice Hill is that guy. So, Keaton Mitchell, welcome back, brother.
Yeah. Keaton Mitchell had a huge boost in value for what last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that he looked really good in that Ravens game. So on the Colts, man, so they've got a big time rookie tight end that everybody's watching, and they've also got a quarterback issue going on. So first off, let's talk about the good. All right, Tyler Warren.
Yep.
Tyler Warren looked phenomenal. He got his catches. You could see how they're going to use him. Of course, they're not showing everything. It's preseason, right? But they're using him early and often, which is good. So for me, this boosts Tyler Warren up on my draft board. I'm going to be looking for him. He looks like he could be a serviceable late round tight end. Obviously your top guys are going to be your Kittles, your Laportas, your Jake Fergusons, your Trey McBrides, like those guys, right? Brock Bowers. Well, Brock Bowers kind of goes without saying. He's in the intro video. That's how much we believe in Brock Bowers. But so those are going to be your early guys, right? Tyler Warren is that next tier for me, the next tier of tight end, because he was used in a lot of different ways. He was used in the slot. He was used off the line. And they're going to be using him as fullback. So, I mean, dude, we could see Tyler Warren take a 1-yard handoff. That's a reality that we could see. And if you have 6-point rushing touchdowns, that's going to help you. If you have 4-point receiving touchdowns or whatever like that, then you're still gonna want Tyler Warren to get that 6-yard 1-yard or that 6-point 1-yard handoff. Tyler Warren looks awesome. So I don't think there's any concern here from what we've seen so far. I think he's going to be quarterback proof in this offense. Even if it's Riley Leonard at some point, Riley Leonard didn't look bad either. He looked like a typical rookie quarterback that, wasn't fancy. He didn't, mess up, it was nothing like that. But the one quarterback that they're hoping is a franchise guy, Anthony Richardson, he was looking decent, wasn't really doing anything wrong, but wasn't doing anything spectacular either, right? But had a little boo-boo. He got hit, little lapse in the offensive line, and his pinky went a little sideways. But all reports are he's fine. He's back at back at practice throwing. So I don't think there's anything to worry about with Anthony Richardson. What do you think?
I'm hoping not, because I want to see him succeed, man. I really do. With all the speculation and all the trash that he's been given, I really hope that he can pull through and he can make the best of this situation. But at the end of the day, it always worries me. Broken fingers, broken anything on hands of a quarterback makes me nervous. So I hope that this isn't like he's going to get put on ice for, a couple months or a month and he's going to lose his spot. I hope he continue to battle this out and he gets his chance to shine. So, it's just it's a crap situation, for all the people that are in A Rich's corner.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this preseason plays out. I still think it's Anthony Richardson's job. I don't know why people are thinking there's such a controversy here. I mean, Anthony Richardson has to lose this job. There's no question about that. He has to lose it. Because Daniel Jones is the insurance policy. That's something that people need to understand. That's all he is. So another quarterback that I'm a little concerned about that I've never been big on. I know some people have been. Kyler Murray, man. Uh, dude, I don't think Kyler Murray is a good quarterback anymore.
Hey, the man went 7 for 8. Give him a break.
Um, he just, I don't know, man.
No,
There's something about Kyler Murray that I'm just like,
I
he
think
don't
there's
want to play football no more.
with that offense, and there's been a glaring problem in that offense for a while, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I really don't think that it necessarily stems with Kyler Murray. I think it has something to do with offensive play call or something,
You
but
think?
something's not meshing there. And it's been very obvious the last couple of years. Like
Uh-huh.
there's just something weird that is going on with that offense. And like I think everybody gets all excited every year because they know what the potential of that offense is when
Oh yeah.
it's
I mean, look at that offense on paper.
yeah.
You got Kyler Murray with his wheels. You got James Conner and you got Trey Benson back there. Who Trey Benson, when he gets let go, oh my gosh, look out! Like I went out and got Trey Benson just because I believe that Trey Benson can be a good running back in this NFL. And then you got Trey McBride, who one of the league's top tight ends,
Yeah.
and you got Marvin Harrison Jr., who we know what he can be. We know it. He put on a little muscle mass. He's coming into camp, so maybe that's going to help him out. Maybe be a little more physical because this ain't college, bro. Like you're gonna have to play with the big boys here.
Yeah.
Uh, on paper, this offense doesn't look bad.
No, it's a stellar offense. So, like, I don't know if it's going to be one of those things that it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to click or what the whole deal is on that. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm hoping to see a resurgence here, but it's just I feel like I'm the same person just waiting on something to happen here. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know how much longer we can wait, though. That's where we're at this point. Like
yeah. I mean, at what point, right? What point do you just like wash your hands of it and say, "Hey, I'm not putting a lot of stock in Kyler Murray anymore or this offense"? I mean, I don't want to really say it's this offense, but
like I've
gosh, dude, man, because I think it stems from the attitude of the quarterback. Like, I just don't think Kyler Murray wants to play football anymore.
You don't think he's fully invested?
I don't, man. I think his mind is somewhere else. I think he's planning a future out after football. And man, dude, football just pays the most at this point.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he can play baseball. Is it too late to play baseball? Probably, but I just think he's going to be looking at endeavors after football, and he might be scouting those things out right now. I just don't think the kid's heart's in it.
I don't know. I think I'm hoping this year will be the tell sign for sure, but I I think that we've kind of seen the same sign for the last couple of years. So I don't know, man. Like I guess we'll see, but
Yeah,
I'm still invested in him as far as fantasy purposes because he still gets points running the ball and that type of stuff. But at the same time, like I don't know how long his leash is there anymore.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely getting shorter and shorter. Um, so a couple people that I looked and saw that made the most of their opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is Mr. Luther Burden.
Mm-hmm.
He looked really well. Um, I mean, okay, he only had two catches for 29 yards, but I looked at more of that, more looked at his separation off the line, looked at where they were using him, and I liked what I saw. But the thing here with Luther Burden is he's the obvious wide receiver three.
Mm-hmm.
He's got DJ Moore and Roma Dunze ahead of him, and then Colson Loveland looked healthy.
Yeah.
So, dude, I don't think that Burden is going to be a this year kind of guy. I think he's definitely going to be a dynasty stash. If he can have a down first half of the season, and you go buy him cheap. I think you go do that. You try and give a late first, early second for Luther Burden, and then once DJ Moore is gone, then you really crank up Luther Burden.
Yeah.
Um, but if they extend DJ Moore, I'm like, maybe I'm out on Luther Burden, but he doesn't hurt to just sit on your taxi squad. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Without a doubt, no.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do you think about the whole situation with those three wide receivers?
I don't know. I've been catching a lot of flack from my friend group because I think that Rumadunze is going to become the number one wide receiver there
Oh
by
yeah,
the season. But a lot of people think to say that I'm smoking crack on that. Which I mean, if I'm wrong,
Roman Jr. is a good wide receiver.
like like I'm not upset about it because I still like DJ Moore quite a bit. But then
Yeah.
I'm also sitting here watching videos of Caleb Williams and watching, stuff go on and like, do I trust him?
Caleb, what a joke.
Like I'm at this point now, like there's so much pressure coming down from the fan base, from the NFL, from the media, and like, does this kid really push himself past the bullshit? And
Hell no.
I don't know, man. Like we have every bit of this situation to where like it is do or die time for him, and
Yeah.
yet we still have people that are kind of like making excuses about it, like, oh well, like this is a next year team, like there's still some things. It's the first year with the offense and da, da, da. Like yeah, I get that, but you don't get 3, 4, 5 years anymore with the NFL.
No, this isn't it. This is the NFL.
Sure,
Like you have to produce.
of hey, we've put around pieces around you to begin with.
Right.
You've shown nothing. Then we put a better coaching staff because that seemed to be the problem, maybe.
You
And
got Ben Johnson. Yeah.
you got the creme de la creme of coaches that were in the market at that time. So I mean, like, it's do or die time right now. It's shit or get.
Like the most sought after coach.
Yeah,
The most sought after coach, and you've got it. And they built their offensive line. They went out and drafted Colson Loveland, a great move tight end.
yeah.
Dude, the Bears have every opportunity to go out and be successful. But just like we talked about with the Cardinals, it comes down to your quarterback. If Caleb Williams cannot grow up and be the quarterback that everybody expects him to be, the second coming of Patrick Mahomes and all that, like Caleb Williams it's all going to evolve around Caleb Williams. It
Yeah.
is. Because the wide receivers can't throw themselves the ball. The running backs can't hand themselves the ball. So Caleb Williams got to do it, man. It's put up or shut up. I mean, I get it. It's year two, all that stuff like that, but he's got to do it. So what we got here? So James Tucker says biggest wide receiver sleeper that is available in dynasty free agency right now. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. What do you think, Slade? Who's your biggest wide receiver sleeper in free agency right now?
Sleeper for me. Man, oh man.
That should be in man. This should be free in dynasty. That's a good one. I mean, and that's also going to depend on your league, James. Like how deep your roster is.
Yeah.
Because if your roster is not very deep, then you would have some good options. But I'm in some leagues where like our roster is 30 deep, and then we've got 10 taxi, so not much room for error on that.
I think my big sleeper right now that would probably fall under that parameters would be Thornton Jr.
Yeah, yeah, because he was probably taken really, really late, if at all.
Yep. He would be my like real late sleeper. If you're like in a late dynasty league, that would be my guy because a lot of the people don't do a lot of they just do surface level evaluation.
Yeah,
But anybody that's been watching this situation, he's getting trot with the ones. He's the downfield receiver. He's going to
yeah,
be a plus player without a doubt. It's not going to be like somebody that you're going to be able to use week in and week out as like a strong flex play. This is definitely going to be a true sleeper of somebody that, he's going to have explosive weeks for sure. But it's going to be more of like catching lightning in a bottle. But he would be one that, like, if I had to throw in a pinch and, like make a bet, they don't have an offensive line there, so they ain't running the damn ball.
yeah.
So they're going to have to throw it at some point, and he's going to be the guy that they're going to be throwing down the field to. So that would be my sleeper for a wide receiver. That's going to be a real deep. nasty sleeper there, but that's who I would be after.
Yeah. For me, it'd have to go. Which this depending on your league, this guy might be a free agent. I'm gonna go Parker Washington with Jacksonville because with all the big hype about Travis Hunter, I think everybody's looking at him right now, and they're not really focusing on Parker Washington and what he can do. So I think he can be somebody you can go get free. If you have the roster space, stash him.
That old boy from New England, Chesum.
Yeah.
A lot of noise. He's a rookie. Had a killer performance for week 1 in preseason. He might be somebody that you might want to look into as well. You know, he's fighting for a 53 spot, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's damn impressive during training camp. I've heard buzz out of training camp from him, and he's looked really good in preseason. So that might be another look into as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's some names. It depends on also like who you like, what situation you like. I mean, you got when Nick Westbrook-Akine moved to Miami, and then you got MVS Marquez Valdez-Scantling moved to Seattle. The only reason I bring that up is because the lack of DK Metcalf. Pretty much all they have there is JSN. You don't have Tyler Lockett. It's just JSN. So that's the only reason I would lean Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I think if you can go grab him free in free agency and go grab him on waivers for free, and then when he has a boom game or two, then I think even if you get a third for him or something like that in Dynasty for like a rookie pick, then I think you go ahead and get that because you got a third round pick for free at that point. And a name that people know, not a big name. I'm not saying that, but a name people know, and then flip that. So, I mean, that's who I think that we would go for there. But so how Aronde Gadsden, LA Chargers. I thought he looked pretty good. He only had 4 targets, caught 2 of them for 15 yards. But again, like we talked about with some other players, it wasn't their catches, it was their usage. When were they on the field? How they were lining up. Aronde Gadsden, yeah, he's playing behind Tyler Conklin right now. I get it. Conklin's the number one. He's the veteran, like as he should be. That's the way the league is. The veterans always get the bump. Aronde Gadsden's going to take over this job. I 100% believe that at some point.
I think so too.
So he just to me he looks like the better tight end, and I think Conklin's got to lose it.
Oh, Tyler Conklin this, Tyler Conklin that. Dude has not been good his entire career in the NFL.
No.
What makes you say he's going to be good now? Like, stop with the bullshit, guys. Like, come on now.
Yeah, he wasn't good in Minnesota, wasn't good in New York, and then now he's in LA.
Like, it's just not anybody that I'm interested in. Now we've got a new toy in town. Let's see what the new toy has to hold, you know?
Yeah, like, especially since the new toy looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got him from Mick in a trade. He was kind of like not a throw-in piece because I know Mick really likes Aronde Gadsden. I definitely had to sweeten the deal to get him, but yeah, I think it's worth it. I'm going to hold him and see what happens. So last but not least, I want to talk about the craziness that's going on in New Orleans with this quarterback position.
Hold on. I feel like we would be doing ourselves a disservice by not talking about Shedeur. Come on now.
All right. Well, we did. We talked about how much the Browns suck.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, Shedeur look good, man. Tell the viewers.
I mean, I have to say he looked good, man. Like, and people will say, "Oh, well, you know, he came out, he looked good considering for a 5th round pick. You know, he looked fantastic, and he commanded the offense. You know, I watched a couple mic'd up videos of him. You know, just in good spirits, very happy, a leader. You can tell that he's matured, that he's starting to take a lot of this stuff to heart, that he's starting to understand. You know, I think he's starting to realize that, yeah, maybe I was being a goofball coming in, and I'm learning my spot. And I don't know if it was clickbait, maybe not. I've seen that there has been some trades submitted for him, you know, to move. And he said, you know, send me to a place that I'd be contending to try to win a starting spot or
Yeah.
here so I can build.
Well, it
And,
doesn't look like the ownership there like is behind him though, and that's what I don't understand. Like, one, you
well,
drafted the kid, whether it was your choice or not.
no, I think the owner is just trying to make the fall guy the coach is the big thing to me. Because like he's been very elusive about what he says, and like I don't think he wants to take the heat for making the decision. But if you're going to tell me that the owner wasn't the one that made that decision, you're dead ass wrong.
It's their team.
It's his team, you know. So like, you guys can believe the smoke and mirrors and all the bullshit and all that, but no, behind closed doors, I think he does like Shador and he knows what he has. I
Yeah.
think probably a ploy to get some fire under his ass and to kind of see what they have, to see if he's going to mature and if he's going to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
But if you know anything about that last name, they always do. So I mean, at the end,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens, and I honestly hope that he gets a fair shake and they stop with the facade of the bullshit and treat him like a second round quarterback that he should have been.
Yeah, 100%. I think the only reason he didn't get drafted in the fifth because of his talent. I feel
No,
like he was a first round talent for what this year's class offered. But because of Dion. But the problem is with Dion is Dion can act that way.
yeah,
Dion proved himself. Dion is a Hall of Famer. Shador, like I get it, Dion, that's your kid, but that's your kid, not you.
yeah.
He still has to prove himself, and the league doesn't care about who your daddy is. So Shador got drafted late because he was listening to his daddy. Shiloh, the other son,
Play two.
you cut out a little bit. No one heard the first part of that.
I say that, and I think it's more of a money play too. It's a lot cheaper to cut a fifth round,
Yeah,
second round pick. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and definitely to pay him for
they
sure.
have an out by taking him in the fifth round and throwing that money into the wind. They don't care. Where a
Yeah,
second money, you're looking at about, oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to kind of do that to myself. So
no.
I get both sides of it.
Financially, it was a genius move taking him in the
Oh yeah,
fifth because you
I,
got a first round quarterback in the fifth round.
man, like realistically, if you're really looking at it, like you're playing chess, not checkers, there, man. Because
Yeah,
like you're taking the best of the situation. Yeah, he's got a couple problems, but you're willing to bet on the talent and you're putting a low investment in doing it. And
yeah,
all out of like, oh, he's not what I want him to be. Okay, see you later. You're nothing to burn. Like it's a nothing
yeah.
burn contract.
Yeah,
So
then you're like, oh, a fifth round pick didn't work out. Like nobody's batting an eye at that. But look at these quarterbacks right here in Cleveland. So you got Deshaun Watson, who's got the big money. I think their earliest convenience when they can afford to, he's gone. He's getting cut
you know,
because no one's trading for him.
if
You will
you
get absolutely nothing for Deshaun Watson.
if you listen to how the team talks about Deshaun Watson, it's very past tense. Like
Yeah,
they've
like he's not even there, right?
yeah they've moved on.
Okay. All
So
right.
like
I'm glad it's not just me. It's like, hold on, they're talking about all these quarterbacks. It's like, hold on, Deshaun Watson is your QB1 on paper. Like he's got all your money. He's got your whole bankroll. But yeah, okay. I'm glad it's not just me that noticing this. But um, so look, they've got six notable quarterbacks here. You got Deshaun Watson, Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Tyler Huntley, or Snoop Huntley, or whatever people want to call him. But
Tyler Huntley.
huh?
Oh.
Yeah. So I think Huntley and Pickett are cut. If because you can't take six quarterbacks into the season. You can't. So I think Huntley and Pickett are gone. Maybe they could trade Kenny Pickett for something. I don't know. But I think you're gonna have to use because obviously you paid him. So Watson, but I think Watson will go on IR to start the season, and then Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, and Joe Flacco. And then I think when Watson comes back off IR, if he does come off this year, then you bump Flacco down to your emergency quarterback because I think the league allows you an emergency quarterback now. So I think Flacco becomes your emergency quarterback, depending on how either Sanders or Gabriel perform. So that's going to depend on that. But I think for sure Pickett and Huntley are getting cut off this team.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I'm with you. Sanders didn't look bad. I mean, he didn't look phenomenal, but he looked okay.
Yeah, I mean, like it was notable. You know, it was something that he came here, he looked good to where, like, you know, it was something that needed to be talked about. And
Yeah.
regardless of, you know, his antics, his bullshit, all of that, you know, he put some solid tape out there. So, uh, props to him. Congratulations. You know, like,
Yeah.
let's see what you have to offer to the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
All right,
Um,
fill me in on the New Orleans quarterbacks because I didn't.
well, so all right, so Spencer Rattler got the starting gig on week 1. I think that's really just only because before Tyler Shuck, he was just the better option that they had. Um, but I don't know. I don't like Rattler. I don't think he's mature enough for the NFL. But anyways, Rattler did not do well. He didn't look good at all. He looked bad if I have to say so. Um, he went out and Tyler Shuck came in. Uh, I like what I saw from Tyler Shuck. Look, Tyler Shuck's not a game breaker. He's not. I wouldn't even call him Alex Smith at this point. But Tyler Shuck's he's got some potential, I think. And
Dude, that's what that is.
what'd you say?
Waiver trash. That's what that is.
Yeah. If you got Tyler Shuck in Superflex, like dirt cheap, super late, you're with your last pick or whatever like that, then I think, okay, hey, once he starts a game and does decent, then you could trade him for a
That's
third, maybe a second if you can weasel that. But go
your
ahead and do that.
quarterback, boys. You know,
Do
just
what?
your emergency quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, have a as your emergency quarterback. The future quarterback for the Saints team is not on this team right now.
No,
The
but
crazy scenario that I keep seeing is Arch Manning
yeah,
getting drafted to the Saints. How amazing would that be for Arch Manning to play another Arch Manning? I know is Archie, I get it, but another Arch Manning in New Orleans. That'd be kind of cool. As a Colts fan, like obviously I want another Manning in the building, but I'd be cool if we went to New Orleans. I just think that'd be a cool legacy pick. Just see that happen.
I don't see it
Um,
where Jerry doesn't have the say so in that. I think Jerry takes him, but that's
I
for
mean, if that comes out and looks good, then dude, I don't think they even take a risk at quarterback.
I don't know. He's still got 2 years before he comes out. He'd be stupid to come out next year or this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't come out,
So
especially if you knew like, hey, the Browns or the Jets are gonna get the first overall pick, and you're the best quarterback in the draft. I would, man. I'd let Drew Alar jump on that grenade.
enjoy, Drew.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going back to Texas. Hop in my Lambo.
Hook 'em horns, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. What's funny is some of these kids are taking pay cuts when they come to the NFL. Imagine that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, like Quinn Ewers, massive pay cut to come to the NFL, and he did not look good. Quinn
no.
Ewers looked very bad. I can't even say he looked okay. He looked very bad. So I don't think Quinn Ewers is going to be anything in the NFL. But hey, it's preseason week 1. We're just reacting to what we've seen. That's all we can do. We will definitely be watching preseason week 2 to see if it's more of the same or if it's just, hey, preseason week 1, little jitters, get that out of the way with some of these younger guys, these first year, second year guys. But so this has been your fantasy news from preseason week 1. We will be watching all this stuff. So go ahead and hit that notification bell so that way when we go live, when we have videos up, reactions, all that good stuff, make sure that you go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe and that notification bell so that way you stay up to date with all Kingmaker Sports fantasy football information to help you dominate that league because that's what we're here for. Let's bring some championships. Let's brag about it on Kingmaker Sports and let's go. We will see you on the next one. Out.